With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
A short kick taken at the 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They look to throw. It's Locke. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
From way up at the 23, and he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now a play fake. Carr. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Going in for the sack, Shelby Harris. Some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Locke. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A lot of ground to cover here for Locke and the Seahawks. 3rd and long after that sack.
Looking to throw. Locke. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
For Drew Locke coming out of Missouri, the one thing that scouts they loved was his arm strength, and we see why there.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play action. Now it's Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagonals perfectly there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
Cody Barton there to bring him down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd and 9. Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw it is Locke. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Locke gonna throw. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And here comes Abdullah on the return.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Counter play with Jacobs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Hit and drop behind the line by Shelby Harris.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Carr.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The throw over the middle taken in. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Block now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Abdullah to return.
A beautiful fake.
It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. It's complete to Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
McCarr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Carr gonna throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. Throwing on first down is Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, 30 yards.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the 24, Locke. Man open, it's good. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Locke now on first down.
He completes this to Walker.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Here's Locke to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He hits his target, Lockett.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Locke. And it's caught.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Myers' kick is good.
So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that perfect vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Again, it's Walker.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That one goes for 8 yards.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Now to the air, Locke. Steps away to his left. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Locke. And Walker has it. Touchdown!
Ken Walker.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Myers connects on the PAT. His guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
It's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw his car. The left side throw complete to Adams.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Carr now on 1st down. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Now Carr. It's caught here by Adams.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
On 1st down, Carr.
Open man, that's Renfro.
Touchdown Raiders.
Hunter Renfro.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Block working out of the gun.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Locke trying again after the pick six. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the... here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. They look to throw. It's Locke. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. That's good for 28 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point open through Myers. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Carr now to throw. The open man here, Renfro. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From the 6. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the... Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Overall, he's had a productive day throwing the football, but that time maybe trying to do a little too much, and it backfired with a pick six.
In the old days, defensive coaches would have been beside themselves with all the yardage that had been piled up with him throwing the football. But in this age of football, what they care about most? Possession. And them taking it away, turning it into a pick six, they don't worry about the yardage given up. They like the result that their defense gave them.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Locke. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Chandler Jones, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Locke. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Max Crosby, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
A lot of ground to cover here for Locke and the Seahawks. 3rd and long after that sack. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Locke going to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Locke exits on 4th down as Seattle sends out Jason Myers. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it at least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back. preferably a takeaway.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
2nd and 6. The handoff, Jacobs running to the left.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 35. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Well, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Carr. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Third and 4. And this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise. Carr to throw. He hits Adams complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
car down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball.